The Meadowlands Pace Trophy and, of course, the winner's share of a $1 million purse will be up for grabs this Saturday evening at the Big M. This past weekend's eliminations got the chase for the Pace started with a bang.
Rock and Roll Heaven and John Campbell trying to go all the way. 121 and 1 for 3/4.
Hi, I'm John Pavlak. Welcome back to Ion Harness Racing. I'm not sure how the Meadowlands Pace Final can get any more exciting than this past Saturday's eliminations. The reigning champion pacer and winner of the North America Cup nearly didn't make it, and Rocket Image remained red hot. The night started with the fastest elimination in Pace history. John Campbell may be in line to win the Pace for an amazing 8th time based upon Rock and Roll Heaven's performance in the opening elimination, which was won in a historic 1:47.3, the fastest Meadowlands Pace elimination of all time.
Some home cooking indeed. Rock and Roll Heaven is wrapped up at the line over one more lap, and Kyle Major and Del Marvelous in 1:47.3. Unbelievable.
We're going to have a good post and a sharp horse, and we'll see what happens when we line them up next week.
How much of a factor is that for you, knowing you're going to be able to pick your post if you win?
It's huge to me. I mean, if you just don't get there, finish second, you're running the risk of drawing 8, 9, and 10, and with a competitive field like that, that's just too much to give away at the start of the race.
After Rocket Image had won the second elimination, most all eyes were on Sports Rider, the winner of the recent $1.4 million North America Cup and last year's freshman pacing colt champ. But it became apparent that he was not going to be able to win, and his mission became moving on to the final by being a fast 4th.
Wild scramble on. OK Commander. They can't figure him out yet. Fred and Ginger from the inside is coming. OK Commander. OK White Knight.
I raced him last year in the American National. I think he broke his maiden that night. He's a slow comer, kind of a big growthy colt, and he definitely showed some ability to just kind of growing into himself, and he definitely has a good way of getting over the ground and nice way of going, set the bit in his mouth, and he does it pretty easy.
Now that you're into the final, hopefully a better week ahead, and you think he'll be sharp.
He's here now, and he'll be acclimated. It was just like he's never left Canada, and it was such a hot week. He didn't ship great, and then when they trained him, it actually started. He had heat stroke, is what it was. He had heat stroke when they trained him, and there was and then that had got him tied up a little bit, but they'll have all week now to get him acclimated, and they'll get him. He'll be 100% by next Saturday. I know he will.
One of Philadelphia's favorite sons of all time, of course, was Ben Franklin, who has lent his name to one of the sport's richest races for 3-year-olds and up on the Pace. A pair of eliminations for the $500,000 final were raced at Harris Chester this past weekend, and one of them resulted in a world record. Vintage Master got the benefit of some quick early fractions before coming on in the late stages to hook up with Won the West.
And Vintage Master is 4 lengths in front. Tim Tetrick's keeping him to task. Won the West and Keep It Real are closing in. Vintage Master full out. Vintage Master.
The result was a 1:48.1 victory in which Vintage Master lowered his own world record for 4-year-old pacing stallions on the 5/8 mile track. Here then is the list of finalists who will meet in the $500,000 Ben Franklin final next Sunday afternoon at Chester. For the record, Shark Gesture won the other elimination in a sharp 1:49.1. USTA members should watch their mailbox. They'll soon receive this postcard giving details about Back to the Track weekend on August 14th and 15th. We've already told you about the National Pick 4 and about winning free trips for 2 to the Little Brown Jug. And I promise another announcement about Back to the Track on our next show. Be sure to grab a handful of friends and come back to the track, and also visit backtothetrack.com for more information. As we did last week prior to the Yonkers Trot final, we're going to turn to Trackmaster for the first glance at the speed ratings posted by the horses who will be in this Saturday's $1 million Meadowlands Pace final. Here is the draw for the Meadowlands Pace final in Rock and Roll Heaven, and Fred and Ginger show 104 speed ratings, 1 point better than One More Laugh. Rocket Image, an elimination winner and as hot as any horse in the field, has a 98. Here then is the complete field with both post positions and speed ratings, and you are now on your way to doing some early handicapping courtesy of Trackmaster. At TrackMaster, it's all about winning. Powerful handicapping products built on official USTA data help you be the best horse player you can be. And free services such as StatsMaster and the Virtual Stable also put the odds in your favor. The winning starts at TrackMaster.com. Triple Crown season is now officially in full swing. 8 horses met in this past Saturday's $573,000 Yonkers Trot Final. A 3-horse entry made a formidable combination. Part of the entry, Senior Glide, driven by Cat Manzi, did the early work, and entry mate On the Tab, driven by David Miller, came first over at the half-mile marker.
Lead on the outside, challenging hard On the Tab. Far outside, Take My Picture, Carnegie. It's wide open. Here's the wire. On the Tab.
There was also a 3-horse entry in the $299,000 Hudson Filly Trot, the Philly version of the Yonkers Trot, in which the entry swept all the big purse checks.
Getting busy there is Ron Pierce on Costa Rica, but here comes Spicy Wings. Spicy Wings takes the lead in the shadow of the wire, and Muni's Blue Chip, Spicy Wings, yes.
The next leg of the trotting Triple Crown, of course, will be the Hambletonian, of which we will be offering a tremendous amount of print, online, and video reporting. Well, our Hall of Fame quiz last week brought a bumper crop of entries, although I must admit that the memories of some of our viewers seem to be a bit faded in time. Our question was, who was the first driver trainer to be elected to the Living Hall of Fame? The answer was Bayan Shively, who at age 74 drove Sharp Note to victory the 1952 Hambletonian. Shively, who was a veteran of the Spanish-American War, was profiled in this 1956 Hollywood short subject entitled Old Man in a Hurry, one of our favorite movies of all time. You can find it and see it online.
Old man, what is your hurry? All the other old men let the world go by.
Our winner this week was Barry Pond of Edmonton, Alberta, who will receive a copy of the 2010 Hall of Fame program, autographed by the 2 new Living Hall of Fame members, Hal Jones and Dave Pallone. This week, we've got a copy of 100 Years in Harness as a prize for those who know the answer to yet another quiz question. Here it is. The stakes record holder in the Delvin Miller Memorial for 3-year-old trotting fillies has become so famous on her own that she has a major stakes named in her honor. Who is she? If you know, send your answer along with your name and address in an email to i@ustrotting.com, not later than midnight, Monday, July 19th. The Stanley Dancer Memorial and Delvin Miller Memorial Trot will be going to post this coming weekend, and they will be our focus next week as key preps for the Hambletonian and Hambletonian Oaks. If you have any comments about our show, please send them to i@ustrotting.com. I'm John Pavlak. We'll see you next week with another edition of Eye on Harness Racing.